And what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. And I was meant to train today. I was meant to train legs with Amy today, but I didn't. And you know why I didn't train did I train legs today with Amy? Because I bottled out. I don't want to lie. Every leg day's been killing me, and I think today it's got to the point where I was just like, if I'm gonna go train the legs on my own, I'll go train the legs on my own. I just don't want to work hard, man. It's killing me. You know what I mean? And then this really brings me back to the question of, let me just close the windows. It really brings me back to the question of, like, am I, all my beliefs and all the things that I do believe in and the things that I've been doing that I try to tell myself, are those based on shaky ground? Are those based on, a bit of like a self-deception of who I think I want to be or who I am? Like, I love the gym, I love the training, I love the hard work, I love the pain. You gotta suffer in order to, to get better. Is all of that based on who I really want to be or who I am? Or is it based on probably things that I'm picking up that I think I should be? Do you know what I mean? Are my values and my beliefs based on, shaky ground? Have I got a foundation? You know what I mean? And the only way to kind of answer that question, and that I've been thinking about a lot since I've told Amy, like, listen, I'm not coming to train the legs today, not because something's come up, not because I didn't lie about it. I spoke the truth. Like, you know what? It's hard and I'm struggling. All day I'm miserable all day. Yeah, so you got me to question quite a few things. And I think now I believe, like, not that I believe, but I'm just trying to imagine, like, telling the truth is really difficult. You know what I mean? And if you tell the truth, on anything in anything, or at least, it's gonna represent who you are. Because sometimes, like, I could say, look, I'm a strong-minded guy, and I like hard work. That's a bit of a deception, because that's not who I am. I might pretend that I'm gonna be that guy. I might be set on that leg extension thinking that I'm strong and all of that stuff. But maybe that's like a deception, like a certain side of me, call it like the negative side of me, trying to force something that's not there. But really, I'm set there because I'm weak. I'm set there because, I want to find out, am I really that strong? You know what I mean? Yeah, so, this is what I meant. Who am I? And, I'm a little bit puzzled. Because, like, it got to 4 o'clock and I was there, and, I thought of all the excuses, right? All the excuses. And every day we do this, you know what I mean? Every day we do this. And I can think of so many times during the day, right? I could be talking to someone and I know what I gotta say. I know what I gotta do. But I either don't say the truth or I find a different way of going about it. And, it's hard telling the truth because you don't know what's going to happen when you say that. And then when you tell somebody the truth, and sometimes the truth is not the stuff that you want to hear or that even I want to hear. Especially if you're telling somebody the truth. It's not stuff. It's not a good conversation. It's not something that's going to be rooted in, like, you're not going to get good emotions out of that. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a bit of awkwardness there. And I think there's two things here. There's two things. There's being honest and truthful with yourself when you're thinking about who you are as a person, how you see yourself, like, in the environment, and how you see yourself in your family, in your work, whatever places that you go to. You always got an image of who you think you may be, and that identity that you think who you ought to be, it's tied in with the ego, right? But is that really you, or is that like not a delusion, like a deceived perceived idea of yourself? Do you know what I mean? And then when you do get to talk to other people, within the conversations, are you really saying to them, how are you? are you okay? Is that coming from, you know, is that coming from a place of like, I really want to find out the truth if you're okay, or it's just the case of like you just saying that because that's the everyday stuff, and then you act as if like you're interested but you're not. And then when you do get to tell, let's say for an example, you tell one of my clients like, look, how are you today? Listen, you're not losing weight because you're eating a lot of unhealthy food, or the reason why you are not getting stronger is because you're not lifting any weights, or the reason why you're not getting any progress because you hasn't turned up for training sessions. That's the uncomfortable truth and reality. I mean, that it's hard, man. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what I'm stuck. So, and it all comes down to like, what do you really want? You know, I mean, everybody will, I don't know, you know, it's hard, man. It's hard, but I think I'm going to try and be a little bit more truthful. Not in both ways. And I think that's going to make my life, or make who I am and what I do and my beliefs that I'm going to form, they're going to be based upon like concrete, you know, concrete ground, somewhere where I can stand and jump around and I'm not going to fall through, because I'm basing what I'm saying from the real truth, because everybody knows the real truth. You know what, everybody knows. Sometimes, like I was saying to somebody else this morning, like, we've got a lot of questions in our head. I mean, I've got a lot of questions, right? But then questions only arise when I think you're, let's say, interested in something, but you kind of don't believe that the sky is blue. So somebody will come and says, why is the sky blue? Or why did they even call the sky blue? But it's already blue, but you just don't, maybe you want to find out what it is, but then it's already there. So you kind of not believe it type thing. So questions are good, but sometimes I think, you know, the questions are just there to just stop us saying, you know, just not saying, but just believing the truth. Like the sky, it is what it is. It's blue. You know what I mean? I mean, you can then question who you know what I mean? Who said that was blue and that was white? But I don't want to go too deep in that. But you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to try and do that. I am literally going to try and, you know, I'm going to literally try that. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect at it, and I think maybe, you know, sometimes when you start something, like I said, I want to start training, I want to be a you know, bodybuilding, all of these things, maybe they're not coming from my truth, but I may see like this is the right way, or this is the kind of thing I want to do, but then like deep down I may not even want to do that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm lying to myself, and then I believe that, and I leave that experience. Yeah, maybe that's not who that's not who you are. Yes, you may have enjoyed it for a while, but maybe deep down, you know, it's not like the core thing that you have to put your life and your dedication and, like, you know, just like the leg days, man. I don't get me wrong, I love my training, but the leg days are so hard, man, mentally, you know what I mean? I'm not just moaning to moan, you know. I know some people, like when I used to train on my own, I used to train legs all the time, but I think now it's a little bit harder. I'm getting a bit stronger and I'm being pushed, you know. I think that's what it is as well. I'm being pushed, and it's uncomfortable week in, week out, you know. Even sometimes when you have a good session, but it's just like the thought before, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, I thought I'll share with you with this, guys, because I'm really literally I thought I'll do a video and explain that. I don't know, do you guys live in the truth? Because I think saying the truth as well is scary, because when you say the truth, even to yourself, you know, it's scary, because sometimes you don't want to really hear. Like I might walk around there as well, yeah, I'm a bit big, or I'm handsome, you know what I mean? And I might say that to myself, right? But in reality, I know that I'm not big, and I'm not that handsome to other people, you know, to other people. So when I look at myself in the mirror, you know, I don't look, you know, you don't stay in the mirror for too long. You just see yourself like, oh, man, you're not looking good. And we all know that. We all know our flaws, you know what I mean? And yeah, there's consequences of yourself, you know, when you uncovering like the real truth. Like, you know, I'm definitely crap at that. I'm not good on when it comes to being, like, you know, when the time is to put things on the line, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you get, when you tell somebody the truth, they could either not retaliate, but they may not take it the right way. It may spark some uncomfortable emotions. You may make somebody feel bad and sad. But as we all know, the truth will set you free, and the truth hurts. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what I really need to just focus on when it comes to like doing these videos, doing my training, and it's just like my relationship with my daughter, my relationship with my girlfriend, my relationship with my friends, my work colleagues. And maybe that will just mask a lot of like fog that's in my face. You know what I mean? Then I will probably won't hide as much. You know, you'll be more out there. Because you're not hiding anymore. You don't know, what you say is gonna. I mean, you don't want to cause chaos. It's not that, but at least if you tell the truth, it's. I don't know if it's an act of being brave, but it may just be like a step in the right direction into sort of like uncovering who really is within. Who are you really? Who you are as a person? You know what I mean? Am I just a shadow, or am I just, somebody who's just, or am I living somebody else's ideas and dream? Is that really who I am? You know what I mean? Oh man. Right, on that note, I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys are good. I hope I haven't confused you a lot, but I'm gonna try and be truthful at least.